Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hello,
Morning.
Igor.
Hello, Alex.
A
How
long
was
time no
your...
see.
Yeah. A lot of time. A lot of no seeing. How was your Saturday? Or how was your autumn? Is it autumn?
I know it's still summer. Well, depends, right? Depends how you count it. Yeah, it's very nice weather actually. Next week we expect around 30 degrees actually. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, right now it's not that hot, but it's not cold either, so very comfortable. How about yours?
Yeah, I'm not sure about expecting 30 degrees. I would be actually up for it because now it feels a bit autumnish and I would extend my summer for a bit. Would be nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Weather talk. It's the most important Saturday morning, right?
of course, you just woke up. I mean, I just woke up. What else to talk about? Weather or maybe plans for your weekend, although it's already a weekend and we know what we're doing. But
Yeah.
maybe you have other plans.
All plans for your code hour, right? That can be also a topic.
Yeah, we can vaguely and slowly shift to the topic. And by the way, we're XTechnology, right? So
Yeah.
we are still the community of people who are interested and excited about technologies and present all this stuff and perform workshops,
Perform.
webinars, talks, and so on.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah.
Thanks, Igor, for that. Indeed. So yeah, please follow us, like us, share it with your friends and parents and grandparents as usual. Uh, and today is yeah, it's called the code hour, right? And not
Yeah.
and there is a reason for that.
It is code and
And approximately an hour, right? That's
exactly. Yeah, so we have only 1 hour to code, and
Mhm.
today it's gonna be LeetCode stuff. And I actually looked in my calendars or whatever. I realized that I haven't been doing LeetCode for almost a year. So the last time I was doing it on the 17th or 27th of September
Wow.
2022. So I'm completely rusty, and I'm a bit afraid that I won't be able to solve any problems.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess I have a perfect companion, a teammate, Alex. So I hope he helps me solve some of them. Really, I do. And also, I have a cat here, which
Oh, really?
uh,
Wow.
I'm trying to put him here.
Is he good in
Oh,
algorithms?
yeah, I think he
Wow.
is really good in algorithms. So
All right.
I
Wow.
I, I hope, yeah, he will also.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
that's
he
how
doesn't like to
that's
be in
how you
front.
get likes on YouTube. Very good plan, Igor.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, sorry, man, he really didn't like it. But yeah, I think we can just start doing something and
Yeah.
see how it goes. So as I said, I'm super rusty, so I would start from some easy task and let's see if I kind of move to some other task because who
Awesome.
knows?
Awesome plan.
Yeah,
I think Kat also with us.
you hear it,
Yeah.
yeah. Him, yeah, he looks at me and like asks what's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to a random page and see what I have not done here. Next show.
How
Yeah,
many approximately you already solved from this list?
I think maybe around 100, but you in a span of time like 2 years maybe. So there was a time when I was just occasionally going to. I actually here we can see.
Ah,
So
nice,
it's
nice.
around 100, yeah, a bit less. Uh, yeah, so the cat is pretty active.
Mhm. Mhm.
97. Wow. So if we do three today, we can celebrate 100, but I'm pretty sure we won't.
It can be also an easy one, right? Free easiest gonna be doable, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's medium. I mean, yeah, I would
Uh,
say let's start with medium. So it's
you want to start with medium?
Yeah, I think easy ones are really easy. No, it's like
No? Yeah, let's start with the medium. But so I don't know, like this is the acceptance rate. So I hope 60 means that it's kind of doable. So I will just click on it.
Igor, I wanted to ask, like, we're gonna
Yeah.
do it in Python, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, you as a data scientist, are you like interested in trying other programming languages, or just to stick to Python is good enough for you?
Um, as a data scientist, probably I'm not really interested, but as a person, I am interested. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do it right now.
No, it was not about now. Now it was just a theoretical
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, no, theoretical. So 2 years ago, we had a small project within our company, and it was in Go, and it was interesting. I I cannot say that I got used to Go, but at least I tried it. And yeah, and sometimes when I'm looking in the code of some, I don't know, front end things, I might
Yeah.
stumble upon JavaScript. It's also quite fun. Yeah, Python just feels like home, so I'm safe. I know how to look for some stuff which I
Yeah.
don't remember. Yeah,
Sounds good.
but yeah.
hmm
By the way, you don't see that I switched the tabs, right?
Now we still see the
Mhm.
list of tasks on the screen.
Yeah, let me reshare. I think I shared just only one tab. And now I can do the window. Yeah. So now I hope you see when I'm switching.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All good.
Perfect. Yeah. So by default it shows me C++. I'm already afraid, so I switched to Python 3. Whew, yeah. Perfect. So let's read the task.
Oh,
Maybe.
sorry. I had another question actually. Like,
Yeah, please.
I saw one exercise. Maybe we can do it or today as well. For LeetCode, it actually it really was a nice exercise. So the person was using LeetCode, right? And he wanted to resolve a task as well. So what he did actually, and how he showed, went through it, he wrote some tests first. So like exercise your TDD approach, let's say. So he wrote some
Mm.
tests and then started building or and resolving the task. I mean, also nice exercise, but yeah, it depends what exactly we want
Mhm.
to do today.
Yeah, it's kind of nice stuff. I think when I'm writing the code, I might be doing similar stuff, but I'm not writing tests per se. I'm just like testing every line that I'm writing. So I have my, I don't know, example input, and then I write
Yeah.
like one line, and then I see what happens with this input.
It's
And
because you're writing in a Jupyter notebook, right?
yeah, so it's an interactive environment.
I
And you
see.
can see, yeah, because if I write like 10 strings and then try to understand where the bug is, then it's gonna take me some time.
Ah.
Yeah, but in a way, here you already have test cases. So like here are
Yeah.
3 test cases, and in a way, it's already test driven.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Let's read the task then.
yeah, so it's named to some input array is sorted. Wow. So given a one indexed array of integers that is already sorted in non-decreasing order, find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. I'll let these two numbers be indexed with 1 and 2, where, yeah, index 1 is less than index 2, and it's less than the whole length of the array. Return the indices of the two numbers, index 1 and index 2, added by 1 as an integer array of length 2. Added by 1 as an integer. Yeah, this one I don't understand yet, but whatever.
Yeah.
The test
Same.
I generated, yeah, there is exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. Okay. So here are some examples. So we have an array numbers. It's already sorted. and the target is 9. And we have to find 2 elements which sum up to 9. So here it's element 1. So I guess that's, yeah, by default you will say that it's zeros on the first element, but they want us to output 1 and 2.
Increased index. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that exactly this.
Incremented index. If I.
Yeah, in a way. So started from 1. The sum is the sum of 2 and 7 is 9. Pum, pum, pum. 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, another example, 2, 3, 4, and the target is 3, and we output 2 and 4. And another example, so there is always a solution, right? So I think they say that, yeah, tests are generated such that there is exactly one solution always, so we don't have to take care of multiple solutions or no solutions. I understand the solution is always present. And the list is already decreasing. Yeah. And to sum. I mean, basically, the easiest solution will be just to iterate or loop through the list twice. Or yeah, it will be the easiest. I think that the dumbest solution will be to iterate twice and like remember the first iterator and then sum up the second iterator in the second loop internal, and then when they add up to the targets, then you just break your iterations and output these 2 indices.
Yeah, that's the most the first solution that comes to mind, indeed.
Yeah, and then like the complexity will be O n squared because we have to iterate through for n elements twice. I mean, not twice, but how it's called. How to call it?
I think you're right.
Iteratively.
Yeah.
Yeah, so n times through n times, so n squared. And it's not optimal. So these tasks usually have the solution of O big N, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But now I have to remember a bit of how to do it. I think you're able to iterate only once through the whole array and know your answer. And yeah, especially since that we are sorted. So since we are sorted, I think we just go. So just thinking out loud. So let me copy.
Yeah, we can definitely limit this iteration to some number, right? We can put limits that it should be less than twice the total number, for example. I mean, if you iterate numbers in an array and you already reached the one who is twice the total number, target number, then we should break it indeed, but that's still n squared. Okay.
Yeah, totally. You're right. Yeah. And so I'm thinking so that probably we can iterate only once through the array. And what just comes to my mind is that we start iterating like we set some pointers. One pointer will be on the left and one pointer will be on the right. And we start going like towards each other. So our first iteration will be 5 and 15. So it's just to start. We say that it's it's kind of 17. It's more than we want. Then we have, and that means that we have to push the pointer, either the left pointer to the right or the right pointer to the left. If it's clear what I'm saying. And I guess in this case how to define which one to push.
I think it will go to the same direction. Still, you will need another iteration. Yeah. Otherwise, you will potentially skip the solution, right? You will not reach the solution.
There could be a case when I'm not reaching.
Yeah. Like if you moved it and there was Yeah, you skipped a number basically that could potentially already make a solution in the
Ah,
VL.
so I could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. Then, maybe I'm just trying to remember these small tricks. I think there are always kind of tricks for this. One thing which I remember is that you take your array and the target. So this is the initial array. And that, yeah, by the way, maybe bigger, yeah. Yeah, and the target is 9, and then you subtract the target from all your elements. And this is the operation which takes all begin, right? So because you're iterating once through your whole array, so minus target, and then you have -7, -2, 2, and 6. And then you, yeah, and then basically, yeah, I kind of, so now I basically need to iterate through this array and look for the inverted. No, wait, I'm a bit lost.
No, no,
I
I got your idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's nice, but then indeed you need to um, find a number that makes a zero in the second array from the original one.
Mhm.
That's yeah,
So it's also gonna be.
same complexity. Yeah, I think.
Mhm. Uh, yeah. So when we did it, yeah, we have to find a number which will target. Well, actually, I don't know, because now you see, now it was all began, right?
Yeah.
And now we can do an iteration loop over it,
Uh-huh.
the second, and it will also be all began.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when we iterate, every moment we are checking whether this element is present in the first, the negative of this element is present in the first array. It's an array. Okay, so it's not a dictionary. So checking if something is an array is also all again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it were a dictionary, it would be different, I guess. Can we create a dictionary or a hash map, how it's called?
Yeah, definitely.
And then, because checking if the element is in the hash map is linear, or
Constant.
not even
Yeah,
linear, constant,
constant.
yeah, or at
Mm-hmm.
least as we can think. But then I'm not sure. So I think we can have the same elements in the array. Can we sort it in non-decreasing order? So num given one next array of numbers, find two numbers that. So yeah, so there could be equal elements like this, for example.
Yeah.
And in this case, it would be. Yeah, it would be tougher to convert it into a hash map, because
Mm-hmm.
if the target is like this, then we need both of them. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, no, then this is not a good idea, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the good idea?
I was thinking into a direction of like make a tree out of this array. and then somehow on a traversal through this tree on a second iteration, that may be maybe a decreased complexity. But if we're gonna make a tree that's gonna be log n, right, to traverse through it, and one to convert this part of array to tree, that probably would be big O out of n. So theoretically, that should be less complex than n squared. But yeah, I need to also to think what's gonna be the algorithm for the tree. So
Yeah, I think I haven't been doing any tree stuff for a year. Yeah. I still think that this pointer stuff might work in some way, but I'm just not sure. So what if we start from the left, both? So P1 and P2. So we have 2 pointers, and then they are 2 and 7. Well, in this case, it's too easy. Let's say that the target is 22. Right? So 2 and 7. What? Yeah, how not to lose one of the pointers if it's really a solution? You're right.
Yeah, actually, I think you're on the right track as well. Like, if we go through the array and we on each iteration, we remember what's we missing, what we need, which number we need for to basically stop it. Like, if we got 2, for example, we know that we need another number. It's gonna be 10. Right? Or in this case, yeah, it doesn't matter. In this case, 20. So and when we move to the next iteration, we know that um, there is a list. It's also going to be a list, but of numbers that can finish this search, right? So each iteration we add a number to this target array, and if we met one of the numbers on this iteration, then we stop it. Do you?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. And will it be began?
And indeed, in this case, we can make a hash. Like the index will be actually a number, right? So if we need, for example, target 7, that then we mean that, or not a hash, but we remember that on index 7, that something is there, right? So like a true. So then theoretically, on each iteration, we just need to hash the number into index. Well, just using.
Yeah, right. So you basically iterate through the array and save the elements to the hash.
Yeah, sort of that. Yeah, by index.
And at the same time, you're checking whether you are currently on the element which adds up to any from the hash that you already created. Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. So yeah, so basically, if I finally start coding.
No, it's a really nice exercise. I think we start our brains working. The Saturday is not the easiest part.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, ideally, if I'm kind of applying to some jobs, I should be doing this task in like 5 minutes. but
Right.
but I'm not doing it
I'm
right
not
now.
Albert Einstein, okay? I didn't know that.
That's good, yeah. So let's create, I don't know, a hash, or in Python we call it dict. Let's call it dict. And yeah, it will be empty. And let's now iterate through our numbers. So for let's iterate with an index. So I will be our index, and current element will be num. Enumerate through numbers. So now every step we will have the index of the current element and the element itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we use an enumerate. So now we so the how to call it, the element to, or like other element, let's say, other num equals to target minus num. And that's what we would like to find in our hash that we created before. So we're currently on that position which has num. And if we already have the target minus num in numdict, then we can kind of be happy. So let's now check if other num is in this num dictionary. Then it's kind of success. Success. And we need now
What
the
does
in.
the operation in means for with a dictionary?
With the dictionary, it should be one. I mean, not exactly, but I think
Not complexity wise. I mean, is it like taking it by index in this dictionary, or what is this in meaning of in this case?
in it will just check all the keys in the dictionary. And if this is one of the keys, it
I
will
see.
output the
Yeah,
truth.
that's what. Okay, yeah, got it. Thanks.
Sure, yeah. And but it will not output the value, so we will still need to get the value. And basically, yeah. So the success, and yeah. So if now we need the value of this element, because we cannot run this string right away, because if the element is not present in the keys, it will throw an error for us. We can do like a try except, but usually you say first if it's in the keys, then you can get the value of this key.
I see. I see. And we don't need actually a value. Why do we need a value?
I think we need an index of
Oh,
it.
index. Oh, yeah, you're gonna keep an index there. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so the value will be an index. So let's say it's index 2, and let's maybe rename it
Index 1, I would say.
index 1. Yeah. Yeah. And now we have the index 2, and basically we have an index 1, and we return the we need to return the array, right?
Yeah.
Index
But
1, index 2.
yeah, but I think yeah, I would name it on the other way around, right? Because index 2 is what became first actually in your algorithm, and index 1 is that it is the last part.
You're right. You're right. Yes, you're right.
You
Index.
can
Yeah,
rename
but
it.
maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit weird. Yeah,
Yeah, I like
you're
it.
right. Yeah.
Why do you do return? Yeah, you do return inside the loop, right? That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, because we have to break it.
Mm-hmm.
But now we also need to think. So so we created this dictionary on our by ourselves. So let me do
Mm-hmm.
it. I can just edit those
Yeah, but
addresses.
basically you need to write an else, right? Else statement afterwards.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a second line.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's write the else first. So if it's there, pam pam pam. But otherwise, should we do it before or should we do it? No, after. Yeah. Right.
After, yeah,
Okay.
why not? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because before it will find itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then then after it. So it's not after it. It's just after during every iteration we should update our dictionary.
Yeah.
And we should say that the current element is num, and we add it to the dictionary, and its index is now index 2. But
Sorry.
what
Uh-huh.
but
Should we? Yeah, we check the other number is target minus number. So, is it correct?
I think it is correct only if we don't have same elements in our array. So I'm thinking, so what will happen if we have an array of 1, 2, 4, 4, 9, and the target is 8? So we need both 4s. And the first time we iterate through, the first time we find the 4, we will put it to the dictionary.
Yeah.
And the second time we iterate through the 4, well, actually, I think
It's
it will
good.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what? Yeah, I think it should work.
Yeah. It looks so. Yeah, it's a magical, but should be maybe it will work.
Yeah, maybe it will work. Oops. Yeah. So every time, yeah, after it we say, or we update maybe. Yeah, we set the index because it won't be updated. We set the index of this element to the current one. And yeah, I added +1s in here because enumerate starts the indexation from 0.
Yeah.
And so we're doing +1 to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know, should we do probably, so after, if we finish the iterations and no solution will be found, then I guess we should return none, or I'm not sure what they are asking. They said exactly one solution.
Yeah, it should be working.
Yeah, so I guess we can leave it just in case, but maybe we don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is,
Uh,
is none? It's like predefined constant in Python.
yeah, it's like null in SQL.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it's always kind of false. So if none will output you false. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a good idea to sometimes output none and sometimes the array of 2 integers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? According to, like we said, it should have one solution.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, I would even remove line 15 totally. Like
Yeah, so
we
let's do
should
it.
not care, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I would try to run it, honestly. I think it should work
Yeah.
for at least some of them. So maybe just manually run. So if we go through this one, first we will not get into this one. We will just get into this. So we will set the new element with a key 2 and the index 0. Then we go here. We are on 7. And when we are getting into this loop, we will find, so other num will be equal to target -7, which is 2. And we will find the 2 in our dictionary and we will output the solution. So I don't know, for this example, I think it works.
Nice.
Yeah, so I will just click run.
Yeah. Is it you frozen, Igor, for some reason? Is it you, your internet? Is it me? Is it LeetCode broke internet? What just happened? That's funny. Yeah, the funniest part is that it stopped when we just run the number of tests.
Yeah.
That was funny. Funny enough, like let's start run the test, and I thought we broke LeetCode and LeetCode broke internet at the first point.
I think that's actually what happened, because I clicked run and I didn't know that I stopped being online. So I continued talking, but I guess, yeah, I have like not a nice internet connection and it was just sending tests and it broke our restream
I see.
connection.
So that's how uh, how sensitive your connection is. Like you start sending some data,
Yeah,
literally less than 1 kilobyte, and it starts failing. I see.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
So we got some syntax error or runtime.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I'm very sorry. I have to write one message. Yeah, so we have a syntax error, and I basically named the element, the array number instead of numbers, which is which is not nice. And did it find something? Yeah, no, it didn't. So now I'm about to click run again.
Yeah.
So you might lose me, but I will be back. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So
Oh,
3,
that's funny.
2, 1.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's see. Still alive. Wow.
Am I here?
Yes. Yes, you
Perfect.
are.
Yeah, awesome. So it was accepted. All our 3 cases, which are public, they went through. But I know that there are, I think, 10 times more use cases which are not public. And when we call submit, it will go and run through them. So now I'm about to click submit, and we'll see what happens.
Let's pray it's not gonna break this time. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and
Now, still alive?
I'm here, right?
Yeah, yeah. You still alive?
Perfect.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So look, yeah, we at first it's accepted. So thanks, Alex. We did it.
Yeah.
And in terms of runtime, we are quite cool actually. So we beat 75% of the users. In terms of the memory, we're not that cool. So we are in the mean
Yeah.
area, which is also okay, I guess. So that's a success. I mean, not thinking about how much time I spent on this.
Not that much, I think. Now, right? It's like 20 minutes, something.
Yeah, like half an hour. But yeah, thanks a lot. That's my first LeetCode for a year or so, and it feels really good.
Should be 98 now, right?
Yeah. So if you go to problem list, oh, that's a different interface. I just do like this. Bum, 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 bum. Here, I think it's here.
Yay!
Yes.
Wow, we did it. We did
98.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
yeah, we
not
really did
today,
it.
I think, right?
Yeah, today we're not gonna reach 100. But I mean, yeah, we have 15 minutes left.
Yeah, I
So
wanted to show you something actually. If,
please.
let me post you this link if you can open.
Yeah, let me copy it. And open here.
Yeah, I was thinking on my next project, so I came up with this drawing here. It's very chaotic, and actually, it's not that much work, I think, to do. So let me explain it briefly. So I wanted to have some fun project, right? And I thought,
Yeah.
what could it be? And I read a lot of RSS, and as I use it for a different reasoning. Yeah, sometimes post it in a community channel. Let me actually add this community channel to the stream as well. I was thinking, how can I prove, let's say, my ability to find interesting posts, or I don't know, do some statistics. So that's the idea that I came with, and basically this is an application that aggregates different sources of data. And then I wanted to put some analytics on top of that, and I maybe even use some modern cool solutions like ChatGPT, for example, to for many
Yeah.
for this. Yeah, we should have named it, right? Otherwise, we don't get too much
Of course.
clicks on YouTube. That's true. So we love OpenAI and ChatGPT, and we're gonna use it in all our work. So that's
We already use it.
already
Yes,
use it, yeah.
somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd like to do at least an experiment with those things. So, for example, we have sources on the left, right? Like we have different sources. I could use RSS as a first source of stream, but also I want to use other streams, other data sources like GitHub, maybe YouTube, conference tools. So yeah, there are different sources, and actually those would be defined manually, I think, like input sources. And the idea is that then you need to somehow aggregate and get the information from these sources. Like if you take RSS from Medium, that could be one example. That contains basically an article, like one article per update, right? So we can get an article, we can get some metadata out of it. I'm interested personally in this. If you look on the bottom circle, articles. So I'm personally interested right now in these properties: time to read, popularity, author, maybe some text, and so on. So that can be easily extracted from RSS articles, right? That's not a problem. We can get it directly. But
Yeah.
actually, the other the data source could be slightly different. It's not. It can be also on RSS based, but some RSS is which I actually like a lot. There are nice newspapers that come with RSS, for example. I like the Node.js Weekly or JavaScript Weekly. So that's really awesome newspapers. You can get really useful links out of that. What I'm saying is that in this article, you need some processor to get this information about articles, about author. That's the data I'm interested in. Because it will contain multiple links, and it will have some annotations. So yeah, you will need to parse it somehow. So what I think in this case, we can basically have two different. There are just two data sources that we're explaining so far. So there's going to be two data sources types. And this one can be called, for example, a newspaper, a data type. And in this one, we will need to process, we need to extract the data that I was telling before. So for that reason, I think it would be handy already to use ChatGPT, for example, tool. Like you can just feed the ChatGPT with this article containing multiple articles and tell it to produce structured data out of it in the structure that I'm
Yeah.
interested. So I can align it into the article data type again, and I can yeah, and I can continue with things like that. I just yeah, I was not thinking of all the cases, all the data sources, but just starting with these two, for example. And then what I'm a person could be interested in producing some uh, top lists, some analytics on top of that. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm interested, like in terms of direct and concrete query. I don't have it, right? But as soon as I get the data from the data sources, I can aggregate this data with a yeah, with some solution. I was thinking on Obsidian. This is this one, this circle here. So Obsidian is yeah, it allows you to illustrate basically the variety of data that you have. But actually, Obsidian is not the only tool that can help with that. So I'm just thinking right now. I didn't start to implement it yet. So I was thinking either use the Obsidian thingy or just directly in database, because many databases also have this visualization tooling to show how your data vary, and yeah, basically to make some charts, even to show how distributed is this data is, and so on and so forth. So that theoretically can help me to understand which filters can I apply to this data. If you scroll a bit or move it a bit down and right, so it's like yeah, this one, filters. So yeah, the obvious one could be most popular posts, but we want to have additional filter that these posts should not be present in these um, newspapers, because we don't want to duplicate it in our own newspaper, for example, or something like that. So we want to not duplicate someone's information, basically. Uh, there could be more other features, like how fast it get likes. I'm also was thinking about, like authors that gain in popularity, but not on not publishing that much in external newspapers, for example. No, it's like
Mm-hmm.
that, basically. And then, okay, so we get this aggregation somehow with the filters. So we get the lists, and then we can produce actually some things, some fine things. So for that, we can again use ChatGPT or other AI. So first, on the top right, newspaper. That's the simplest, since we have these articles already, right? We can just generate like top 10 list from the previous step, and with some nice smaller descriptions. And of course, it would be nice to at least manually approve this newspaper before it is produced. So to review and produce, and maybe have some explanation why this was one choose, and so on. So newspaper is a straightforward one. Then we have a podcast. That's an interesting one. So I actually, it's not my idea, but as long as you have this list, you can actually make some AI to read through it and maybe produce some nice content. And personally, I could use it, for example, like get some hottest news on the Node.js topic, for example. And while I'm running, I could listen for the key takeaways from these newspapers. But I didn't try any AI that can do it myself yet. So
So it would be more like an audiobook.
yes, that could be an audio book, but we can also make it slightly nicer. I don't know. It needs to experiment with it. The other one, I have this analytics best project 2023. Well, actually, that could be in filters maybe, but I wanted to have as a result, like the distribution of the best projects or best authors, and to see how many of them are quoted, how many are cited. Right, this is the word, cited during the year. And I like to have this, like a board who are the speakers, future speakers, like new speakers of the future. That could be another one.
So like a citation index
Yeah.
of your own.
Mm-hmm. So that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, that sounds like a really nice project. What was kind of the main incentive? So why did you think about this one? Or is it kind of a pain for you, or it's more like
No,
payment?
yeah, some interest, basically, some interest in authors, and I think it's related to what we're doing, and to what I'm involved in my activities sometimes, and it's community based, and I use RSS and readers, so it's a combination of things that makes it interesting for me.
I see.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So
Yeah, so maybe we could start building it next time.
yeah, that's a nice idea. I actually I'm not sure what Obsidian is. I want to look a bit at it.
Yeah,
Is it a dashboard system?
it's a thing to it's application that helps you to organize some notes or articles. It's like a data visualization tool, but it's also has a lot of power in like categorizing text-based notes, text-based material, to link it to each other, to like show references to each other. So um, it's one of the tools to
Yeah.
organize text material. But I would think I first thought to use Obsidian, but actually, if I use, for example, MongoDB, I like MongoDB because it's very easy, a simple one. So this one also has a visualization. So as long as we have some data, we can just try it out. And I would say start with MongoDB. I started also to thinking how to implement it. And the first approach I tried was Zapier tool. Basically, you don't need to write any code there. So I guess for POCs, it would be perfect. So you can actually already do some parts in Zapier, but yeah, and even the whole pipeline maybe, but you need to pay for some plugins and connections. But I mean, still cheaper if you compare it with real programming. I mean, for us, it's not the case that we need to do real programming. So it's in of
Yeah.
exercise. I want to maybe not to do it in Zapier. However, it's possible, and it would be a nice one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that sounds fun. And I guess you already have like some list of
Yeah,
the resources.
yeah, indeed. I downloaded the RSS profile of my own. It has around, let's say, 300 subscriptions. So it's quite a lot of material. And actually, Igor, you might be able to help me with some data analysis. Like look at the interesting queries and things like that.
Sure. Yeah, would be fun. Would be fun. Yeah, and I now have some heavy flashbacks of SciTech. So Alex
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
remembers what it is. That's yeah, maybe yours. So for me, it was the first company that I worked at,
Yeah.
and yeah, I worked. So I continued kind of the stuff that Alex was working on there, and it was about extracting the data from different sources partially. So mostly about textual data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed,
Quite a
indeed,
nice.
but it's more concrete in this case. It's like more, it's more focused on particular tasks, so not generalizing things. So less should
Yeah.
be less complicated.
Yeah, and we have ChatGPT now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, times have changed. Cool. Yeah, that sounds really as an awesome project.
Nice.
Let's plan for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that you might need to go
Yeah.
very soon, so I guess we can we can wrap it up. Yeah. Thanks for everyone who was now today with us
Yeah.
and
Thanks,
who's gonna watch it.
Isaac. Nice to see you.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us today. Indeed, share it, please. Tell your friends you have an awesome podcast community to follow and things like that.
Yeah, and thanks Alex for being the companion for LeetCode.
Yeah, thanks
It's fun.
Igor, for your skills showing. Very nice.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Then have a happy weekend, everyone.
Yeah. Bye bye.